The beat goes on, yeah, and the beat goes on, yeah, and the beat goes on.
Ace's Place. Welcome back here to Ace's Place. This is the part 2 of an old school interview I did with Howard Hewett back in the day before I actually knew what I was doing, using some old school home equipment, and kind of Fat Albert the interview. And you can tell the quality's a little different than what you're used to with Ace's Place. But I took together and pieced together something of talking about Shalimar, one of our favorite groups growing up. And we're going to get into part 2. And I appreciate you guys listening because Ace's Place wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So, Howard, let's get into it here. There was a big buzz, I remember, back in the day where, before internet and all, the word got around that something big happened over in the UK on one of their television shows. Their equivalent, I guess, to the American Bandstand, that Jeffrey Daniels did this thing that nobody had seen before, the popping and locking, and it was right, when breakdancing was starting to grow. Tell us more about that.
And Leon Silver's wrote called I Can Make You Feel Good.
Okay.
And we put I Can Make You Feel Good out there, and it blew up. It blew up, on the charts in England. So at the time, we had just come off of we just came off of 6, 7, 8 month situation, and there was some stuff, personal things that I had to deal with, personal things that Jody had to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted us to come over there to England and do this TV show called Top of the Pops. But Top of the Pops is basically, Top of the Pops used to come on in England every Thursday night, and if you went on Top of the Pops and did a great job and was successful,
right,
the next day throughout all of England, your record sales would just go crazy, So they wanted us to come over to do Top of the Pops. It was basically, I couldn't go. I was trying, like I said, I was dealing with some personal stuff. We had just been on the road for 6 or 8 months or so, and so we said, well, why don't we just send Jeffrey over there and let him do a dance situation to, I Can Make You Feel Good, and then, that'll be our presentation, our initial presentation to the UK for that song.
Okay.
So that's what we did. We did Jeff went over there and he did his top lock thing and his backsliding thing, and then those people went crazy. They went crazy. So I always say, whatever success Shalimar has over, even now, it's a very popular group even now over there, but whatever success that we have over there is really credited to Jeffrey's dancing, because he was the one that initially went over there and presented it to everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so because Jeff, the backside, we used to call it the backside. Jeff literally, and don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Michael or anything like that. Michael is a phenomenal talent.
Right.
But we used to play Disneyland all the time, right?
Okay.
And so playing Disneyland, Mike used to come to the shows, and stand backstage with his surgical mask on and stuff and watch the shows. And so we used to always open up with this tune called Right in the Socket.
Okay.
And so in the middle of Right in the Socket, the band would break down, and Jody and I would stand on one side of the stage, and Jeffrey would be all the way on the other side of the stage, and Jody and I would pull this imaginary rope, right? And Jeff would backslide all the way across the stage. It was so smooth. People would be up on their feet wondering if he was on a conveyor belt or something, And so Mike saw this. Mike Jackson, he saw this, and he wanted to learn how to do it. So long story short, he literally hired Jeffrey to come over to the house on Havenhurst and show him how to do the backslide, which on the Motown 25th anniversary Motown special, he did it and named it Moonwalk, But Jeff actually, taught him how to do that.
Wow. So y'all are hearing it first here in Ace's Place. In the words of street dancers, Michael Bit. Yo. So, let's kind of get up a little more there. And unfortunately, it looked like Jody and Jeffrey ended up leaving the group, and you replaced with Miss Davis and was it Nikki or Mickey Free? And then you guys ended up getting a Grammy and stuff, too, with that particular crew. How did that come about, and how did you feel? Did you just feel like, oh, man, we just went through a total rebuilding phase, like a championship team with rookies, or what?
Well, it was, the thing was when Jeffrey and Jody's first split, I guess it was like about 83, around 80. At that time I wanted to do, I told Dick, I told Dick Griffey, I said, man, I should do my solo thing now. Why don't I just, but he had his ideas of what he wanted to do, and I still had another year and a half, 2 years left on the contract. So
right.
I had to make a decision whether I wanted to spend that 2 years or so in court, or if I wanted to spend it creatively, creating something and then just kind of bide my time. So I decided on the latter, So I went. I knew that I was working. I was recording some stuff out of the studio called Studio Masters in Beverly Hills. So, we try to figure out. I met this cat that was recording at the studio called Studio Masters. I was doing some recording in there, and he was in another room.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started talking, and he had a fly look about him, the whole thing, and then we got to be really good friends. And it was Mickey Free, right?
Mm-hmm.
And man, so I said, okay, if I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna bring Mickey into it. And then we did this national competition thing where we were looking for the female. We did a contest to look for the female. We did about 15 or 20 cities and held local competitions, and then whoever won from the local competition, we flew them to L.A. to participate in a huge competition, and we would find a girl, to join Shalimar, and that's where we found Delisa Davis. We had fun. I mean, it was. I had a ball, man. Mickey's like, I actually just saw him here. He's in town, so he came down here to the Nokia hang out. I just saw him after I hadn't seen Mickey in about 5 or 6 years or so.
Cool.
So man, we had a ball. We had a great time. I mean, I wouldn't have made it. I tell everybody all the time. I said, man, I wouldn't have made it through that year and a half, 2 years without Mickey. He kept me laughing. We partied. We had a great time.
All right, Howard. I mean, we've kind of gone from the beginning to sort of the end to the limbo, if you will, of Shalimar. And, of course, this is an easy question that you're going to get every interview, but it's an answer we want to know if we haven't heard. Is there a chance of a reunion of Shalimar in any form or fashion of any of the Shalimar members?
No, you never say never. Jeffrey and I do shows. We'll do shows overseas. We take a good friend of ours over there with us, a girl named Carolyn Griffey.
Mm-hmm.
She's great look, great style, whole thing. But here in the States, they've approached us about doing stuff here in the States. But here in the States, I would want to do me, Jeffrey, and Jody here in the States, because nobody busted their butts out there on that road to be Jeffrey and Jody. So I think it would be a great thing to do.
Thank you for listening to Ace's Place. And I just want to say this wouldn't be happening without you guys. But always remember to keep a lookout for more right here on YouTube and any other internet radio place that I may be. And remember, if you forget about the ACE, it's cool. But never forget the GOD, y'all.
Ace's Place. Oh, yeah!